It said, with reference to the data above and your knowledge of economics, evaluate the effectiveness of monetary policy in controlling inflation in a country such as China. So we're talking about monetary policy. We're talking about the use of money supply or interest rate by the government to stabilize price, because it's about inflation. So you have to use price stability there. I think monetary policy is clear. The use of government money supply or interest rate by the government to stabilize price. That is monetary policy. So for inflation, which is a persistent rise in the price of goods, government can use contractionary monetary policy, which is high interest rate, to correct inflation. How does it work? With high interest rates, savers would have the incentive to save more. People would want to save more because the interest rate is increasing. So everyone would want to benefit from that high interest rate. As a result, savings will increase more than spending. So spending would fall. And if savings increase more than spending, it will bring about a fall in demand within the economy. So if aggregate demand falls within the economy, it will bring about a fall in the demand pool inflation. So government would use high interest rate to reduce demand pool inflation. Is it clear? That's the first point. Then the second point is about appreciation of the country's currency. A high interest rate means the country's currency, the demand for the country's currency would increase. And when we talk about exchange rate itself, an exchange rate is the price of a country's currency in relation to other countries' currency, right? So if there's a high interest rate here in China, in Libya, the demand for the Libyan dinars would increase. And if the demand for Libyan dinars increases, the dinars will appreciate against the dollars or other currency. So this means our export value would rise and import value would reduce. So that means we can do more of imports than exports. So doing more of imports than exports now goes back to inflation. Firms that rely on importation of components or raw materials to produce their goods in Libya would witness a fall in cost of production because importation becomes cheaper as a result of countries' acquisition of currency. Do you get it now? So with the acquisition of the country's currency, the price of importation reduces. And if the price of importation reduces, the cost of production through imported raw materials would reduce, bringing about a fall in cost push inflation. So government will use high interest rate to correct demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Do you get the point there? However, increasing the interest rate may reduce investment spending by firms, because if interest rate increases, firms that rely on investment through borrowing would not be able to do that. So that means output within the economy would also fall. And if output, that means firms will not be able to invest. And if firms are unable to invest, that means output will reduce in the economy. So that means China might be witnessing a fall in its GDP. That's the first point. And aside that, a high interest rate may bring about increase in unemployment rate. Because if firms are savings has fallen. If savings has fallen, or savings has reduced, demand has fallen. So firms will be witnessing a low revenue, which means they won't be able to employ more or increase or expand their operation. So if they can't expand their operation, they won't need to employ more workers. So unemployment rate might also increase. So government trying to solve one economic problem might result into another problem, which we call government failure. Is it clear? So that ends paper 2 of which year is this? June 2021, right? Thank you.